It has been a trying night, to say the least. I'm trying to figure out how I want to position my phone. Give me just a minute here. I used my laptop this evening to test this out, and unfortunately, connecting my mic with it gave it some technical difficulties. So if you'll just please bear with me while I just test this out to make sure that you guys can hear me fine. And everything is running smoothly before we begin. I'm actually going to share this out real quick to my own page, and we'll see if I can check it that way. Okay, sorry for the disruption there. I think it's convenient. Like, I don't know how many times you guys do this, but I send myself messages through Messenger all the time. Just little notes here and there to check things out. Okay, so I'm going to mute this real quick. Okay, and I'm going to actually move this over to this side. Where I have more light coming in from my ring light, which has been another nifty tool for me. Okay. Trying out the different. Try that one. Like I said, I don't normally use my phone to do this, so kind of bear with me here. Okay, I have one viewer, and whoever you are, I just say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and for being so kind as I work through these little glitches, as I call them. I'm gonna need my ring light close because we're gonna actually we're gonna be going over, you know, some important information such as how to set up a sacred space, but also how to dress your candles. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so let me get back to my notes on my laptop here. And I will just kind of give you a heads up. With my phone, the internet does glitch a little bit. I'll kind of keep an eye on it. Like it kind of shows me, like it does little spinning things. So I'll pause and I'll kind of wait. But I am asking my team to have a secure Wi-Fi on my cell phone. Makes life so much easier. Okay, so let's get this started. Okay. I wanted to get it posted. I have a group on one of my social media pages that I've been sharing information about Mabon and kind of hyping everyone up for a Mabon ritual that I am hosting this weekend. There is an opportunity to join, which I'll actually add that in the description in a bit. It still makes it kind of dark in here. I think it's this filter. I'm not liking it as much as I thought I would. Oh, they have bubbles. How cute. I'm telling you, when you're a content creator, you've got to get really creative, but also very patient with yourself, with electronics, with people, just everything. You have to be so patient. Okay, patient with yourself. You're impatient with yourself. Yeah, that's always a challenge. Okay, so let's begin. Welcome, magical souls, to the Illuminating the Sacred Path 5-day candle magic challenge. We will be working with old magic, tapping into the primal forces of the elements and dragon magic as we prepare for the Mabon-Fall Equinox. The 5-day candle magic challenge, we will be working with old magic to help you tap into the primal forces of the elements, nature, dragon magic, ancient magic, ancient wisdom, as well as preparing you for the Mabon fall equinox that is coming up this weekend, actually. Okay, so let's discuss something very important for any type of magic that you use. Setting up your sacred space and protection. Creating a sacred space is essential for grounding and focusing your energy during the challenge. Here's how I suggest setting it up. What works for you may not work for anyone else. You just kind of do whatever it is that you're guided to do. This is just kind of a guide of how to begin the process. Okay, so cleansing, start by, whether you're inside or outside, start by cleansing the area where you will be working as well as yourself. You can use a variety of different types of sages, Palo Santo, incense. You can use rosemary smudge sticks. I'm going to show you my smudge stick. So this has got different types of herbs mixed in together. I don't recall exactly, but this came straight from someone's garden. So it has very strong, and a little piece fell off, very strong protective qualities to it. I also suggest, whether you're inside or outside, it is best to have a cleansed space, like not just energetically clean, but physically clean. If you have papers on the floor, pick them up. If you have trash on the floor, clean it up. If you need to vacuum, if you have food or crumbs, on the floor while you're about to do a ritual, please be conscious of your space. It's your sacred space. It needs to be cleaned up. And I get, like, sometimes I get lazy where I'm just like, I don't feel like sweeping the office, you guys. Like, but I'm reminded, like, energy, like old energy clings to dirt, dust, old, like just old stuff. So it's it's important, to have feng shui. It's important to have things cleaned up and flowing, and to have like an energetic flow. Like my office, there's a lot in here for such a small space, but it has a purpose, it has a flow. Like there's a particular dynamic to it. There's I call it organized. I call it like the um, just like an like it's organized to me, but if someone else comes in, they'd be like, what is going on in here? Like, I have a system. So outside, if you feel like you want to do your rituals or your work outside, same with outside. If there are dead leaves on the ground or in this area that you're wanting to work, clean it up, cleanse it, like remove the debris, remove all of like the dead energy, speak with the ground, speak with nature. Where is the best place to remove this, this old energy? Where can I take it to where it would be the most appropriate? And you'll get a nudge. Even if you don't hear something, you will be subconsciously nudged 9 times out of 10. Especially if you're listening through your heart, not expecting to hear something. Um, like I said, incense are they're inexpensive, they're really easy to use. So when you're cleansing your sacred space or yourself, when I cleanse myself, I start at the top of my head and I work my way down all the way to my feet, covering my backside as much as I can. If you have a friend or a partner or someone near you that can, do the backside, cleanse the backside of you, do that as well. That will actually help also clear any residual cords, like, or any like strings and strands that you've kind of picked up throughout the week. Okay, another way to cleanse, a good way to cleanse is salt baths. You can use Epsom salt, you can use mineral salts, you can, use like, just different types of, like different types of salts that will help you cleanse your physical, like cleanse your temple, that will cleanse your etheric body, all of your subtle bodies, your mental body. Visualizing white light coming through your body as you're in the shower or in the tub, visualize it coming down and clearing you. Asking your higher self or highest self to work with you as you are cleansing in the shower or bathtub, and just allowing all that dense energy, anything pulling you down, it's going down the drain. Like, envision it all going down the drain as you drain the water out, and it's being transmuted. So it's not like it's being passed on to something else. It is just being transmuted through the water. Everything is being cleansed through the water. Okay, so protection. So I actually save all the jars that I can save, because that's just the fun witch in me. I am definitely I have many, like I don't contribute. I don't have one particular title. Yes, I am a high priestess. I consider myself to be, a spiritual person. I do not see myself as I'm not initiated into Wicca or Wiccan. I am not really a pagan druid. I've had those lifetimes where I have been. I've been, different, initiated into different types of um, beliefs such as that, but in this lifetime, I am simply who I am. Um, you know, I'm a kitchen witch. I am a starseed witch. Like a galactic witch, a planetary witch. I'm an earth witch. I kind of connect with all of it. Celestial witch, all of it. I just get I'm very eclectic. I just kind of, I pull from so many different types of traditions and energies, because I connect with my soul. I connect with my soul magic. I connect with my soul lineage. I connect with my past lives. I connect with, what I've learned working with master spirits, and working with, when I say master spirits, I'm talking about spirits that have mastered, you know, different types of, just different things that, they've wanted to master throughout their time in spirit. ascended master teachers. I've worked with many of them through, the lifetimes that I've had in this lifetime, spirit, in between all of it. So I've had my fair share of teachings, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I feel like we all kind of go through that. But I am very happy and honored to have the capability to be able to share this type of information with anyone and everyone that may need it. Okay, so protection. So back to jars. So I like to, oh, excuse me. I was just moving some energy up apparently. Okay, so the reason I save all of my jars is because you never know when you're going to need a jar, in the sense of like oils, different types of incense herbs that I like to throw together. Um, like there's times where I will harvest, different flowers outside or different herbs from outside, rose petals or flowers that, I've gotten myself, for like some self-love. But also salt jars. Like these are really good jars are really good to keep for setting up protection jars. So you can put a little bit of salt, whether that's black salt, Himalayan salt, witch's salt, whatever type of salt you want to use. Even sea salt will work. If you don't have sea salt, then you can always use a little bit of table salt. Your intentions, set your intentions. Your intentions are everything. Black salt. What is black salt? Black salt is, no, it is not pepper mixed with a little bit of salt. That's not black salt. So you can actually make your own black salt, or you can purchase it, whatever is best, most aligned with you. So black salt, you can create it by, some people actually use the charcoal from their bonfires. They will crush that up and mix it with their salt. Some people will use a little bit of charcoal powder and mix that in with their regular salt. It really is, and then they also add in some different types of herbs. Like I have some dragon's blood incense powder. I have some Hijon powder that I like to incorporate with some of my work. You can add that into your protection jar. You can use any type of protective herbs, rosemary, sage. Let's see, basil can kind of be used. I mean, that's it definitely wouldn't hurt to add in some basil. You can add in some cinnamon. You can add in some lemongrass. You can add in lilies. I'm seeing lilies. Roses for, abundance and self-love, peace. Lavender for peace in the home. You can add in a clear quartz crystal. There's so many different types of things that you can utilize. Okay. So you can actually place these salt jars. You would hold them in your hand, and I like to place my hand, I like to keep it close to my heart space. So in between your breastbone is your heart chakra. I like to just kind of hold my hand over the salt jar and just set my intentions into the jar. You can either speak it into the jar verbally, or you can speak it mentally, but you are putting your energy and your intentions into the jar. So let's pretend that I have a jar here. I am speaking the intention of love, protection, peace, and overflowing abundance coming into this salt jar, coming into the home. This jar will be my protection. This jar will be my peace. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And I'm going to sit there with it for a moment. I'm going to allow my energy to flow with it, connect with this jar. And you're going to do that for each jar that you want to connect with. And you would place it in the four corners of your sacred space, or you could do it in the four corners of your home. You could also ask your spirit guides, or you may have guardians, like, soul essence guardians or primary guardians that you work with. Gargoyles are very protective. Dragons are very protective. you know, they all, different types of guardians have different types of jobs. And so, but they are there to assist you. And they ask that, you know, if you would like my assistance, please call on me, especially when you're creating protection pieces, when you're creating protection jars. You definitely want to call on, you know, like your higher self, your spirit guides, your guardians to, you know, place that extra protection um, over the type of protection that you are creating. So, what do I like to use that is simple and easy to remember? I like to envision the gold and white pyramid of protection. This was something that was taught to me through quantum trance. When I became a quantum trance practitioner, this was something that was taught to me, and this was actually something that Dolores Cannon, you know, she helped create this, and then she passed that information on to her students, and then the creator of quantum trance, she kind of revamped it a little bit, and I really like how this particular pyramid does work. It filters out a lot of like lower oppressive entities and energies that are just not aligned with my beliefs, my energy, you know, my light. It keeps me protected, and it's really nice, especially if you're a very sensitive person, if you're a very, you know, highly sensitive person, highly sensitive empath, if you're a medium, a psychic medium. It is really important that we keep our energy protected, we keep our light protected. So I like to envision a gold and white pyramid of protection that comes down and covers my entire body, filling up the inside of the pyramid with an opal source light full of unconditional love and support. That is very, very important for me, for my peace of mind, to have that unconditional love and support. Okay. Before we move on, I need a drink of my tea. Okay, this I feel is probably the most important part prior to cleaning up your space. This is really, really important with all of your rituals, regardless of how small, how big they are. It does not matter. I just feel it's really important to stress grounding, the importance of grounding. I have seen many people, including myself, I've just went like, I literally like just flew up out of body because I was not prepared for the type of soul energy that can come through, and that how strong and how uncomfortable it can be for the physical body. So my spirit instantly was just like, I'm going up. Like, I don't want to be in the body. This is too uncomfortable for me. I'm expanding. I don't want to be in the body. That's a big no-no. That's just don't don't learn from that way. So before each ritual, it is so important to take a moment to ground, center, and anchor yourself into Gaia, into the earth. Um, what I like to do, I like to visualize tree roots growing from my feet, like from my ankles and the soles of my feet, connecting deeply into the earth's core. And then I feel that energy of Gaia rising up through my body. I have had clients that unfortunately they were so out of body. They were literally half out of body, half in their body, literally about 98% of the time. That is not how we should be living life. Like, we are here to have a human experience. I don't care if you are an incarnated goddess. You know, you came here for a reason, but you're in the human body. You're here to have this human experience. You're here to bring the energy through the physical body. So I had a client that, you know, I had to help her envision roots wrapping like around her breast area, her rib cage, and like bringing those roots all the way down into, you know, all the way down her body and anchoring into the earth, just so she could fully, be in her body. And it was scary for her. It was scary for her to be in her physical body because she was not used to being in the body. This is unfortunately how she had been going about most of her life. And there are people like that, souls like that, that are just, they they have, whether that's from trauma, whether that's, fear of, being in the present moment, whether, we're just being pulled, back to our home planets. There is no judgment, because I understand, what it feels like to have your energy pulled, you know, pulled up, a lot of the times, because, we are needed here, but we're needed in other places as multidimensional beings. But I completely stress it's important for you and your spirit guides to remember to take that time to ground, to recenter, to anchor into the physical vessel, the physical temple, the body, as well as having a cleansed, sacred space. I cannot stress this enough. Like, like, I feel like, there's a meme that I've seen, and I laugh because, it's not Cheetos for me, it's more like cookies, but whatever. Call myself out. Where I'm about to start, it's something like, um, where you're like about to start your ritual, and you're like brushing the the Cheeto puff cheese off your hands and off your shirt, and you're getting ready to go. I just, I do kind of chuckle at that, because, for me it's been like, cookies. Like, hold on guys, I just gotta get my cookies in before we get going. Like, before we really get started, I need my cookies. Um, and they just kind of, my team understands. My team understands me. Eating is another tool that you can use, before, having a healthy grounding meal before your ritual can be very beneficial. Even having a healthy grounding snack after your ritual is done. Um, let's see, General Jeffries, he is a spirit that is on my team. He reminded me in my last video that I tried creating, and the audio did not work. I'm still going to try to edit that, because there was some good information that came through. So he reminded taking time to just go wash your hands for 30 seconds. Washing your hands for 30 seconds, doing that motion, cleansing your hands, will literally bring your attention back to your body. And the water running, hitting your hands, it's a physical sensation. It will help you in so many ways. It will help you come back to your body, and help you like recenter, like, oh, I am in the present moment. And singing the happy birthday song as you're, that's how it's been 30 seconds, is singing the happy birthday song. I remember a couple nurses teaching that one. Okay, something I thoroughly enjoy doing is decorating your altar or sacred space. You can use crystals, flowers, ancient symbols, nature, items from nature, anything that just kind of speaks to you, that connects you with your ancestors, the deities, gods, goddesses, spirits, energies, nature, whatever it is that helps you connect. I suggest, adding that into your sacred space, or if you have a little tiny altar space. Okay, so I'm going to remind you, what is an altar? An altar can be as extravagant and grandiose as you want it to be, or as simple and tiny as you want it to be. It can be you purchasing a bedside table, like, a wooden TV tray stand, where you just have, a little bit of, you have your ancestors' pictures. Maybe you have, an urn, from like your grandparents, or, like your ashes from your grandparents, or maybe you've already lost, a mom or a dad, and you, or your, like whoever it is that you connect with. You can have their ashes there with, a candle, or, something, little items that kind of represent them. A bookcase, um, it can just be something, that is sacred to you. That's your sacred space where you can go over to it and connect, through your heart, through your mind, through your voice, whatever it is that you want to do. However you want to decorate it is very personal. It is a very personal decision. It's a very personal space. Um, Add personal items that connect you to old magic, perhaps something from your ancestors or a symbol tied to your heritage. Like I said, this can be as simple or as complex as you would like it to be. I also would like to add, if you are going to create a sacred space outside, please, please, please get permission from that sacred space, that sacred nature spot. Um, there's always guardians, surrounding different types of nature spots. If you don't really know, if you, like listen to how your body responds. Like say like you want to create, a sacred altar outside, in the forest where it won't be disturbed. You know, place your hands over the earth and, ask that space, can I, do I have consent, or do I have permission to connect with this land, to create a sacred altar space where I can commune and connect with my ancestors, connect with Gaia, connect with my gods, goddesses, deities, ascended masters, spirit guides, whoever, whatever it is that you connect with or want to connect with, and then feel for the answer, wait for the answer, listen through your heart. You may hear an answer, you may hear a yes or a no, or a different message may come through. You may be shown an image of clean this space up first, and then we can start connecting together. That's also very common. You really need to listen to your body, though. That's why it's also important for you to be grounded into your body when you're creating these sacred spaces, because you need to be able to sense what your body is trying to tell you, what your, body language is saying, what's, because your subconscious, may be answering your questions, and you're not really picking it up. You're not picking up those subtle cues from your solar plexus, or from, like your stomach, like your intuition, because you're not trusting. You're don't force the answer. Just trust the first thing that comes to you. If you feel the need to pick up this pile of leaves and take it and put it over, somewhere else, trust that. Trust the intuition. Trust, what's coming through. Okay. Whew. All right, so moving on to how to dress a candle. Okay, give me just a minute here. I just want to check something. Oh. Okay. So it is important for you to understand how to dress a candle prior to us going into day 1 through day 5 of this challenge. And that is because each day you're going to be utilizing the information that I'm about to discuss with you. You're going to be using that in each day you're going to be working with the candles, but you're going to be working also with different energies, and we'll be discussing that in the day 1 challenge. Okay, so I just want to briefly go over I kind of went over this briefly in the outline, but let's just go over this real quick about the what you're going to need for this challenge. So obviously we're going to need candles because, like I said, 5 days, each day we'll be lighting some form of candle. So candle sizes and types. You're going to need some tea lights. Tea lights are great for quick rituals, simple spells, but they're also really good for like amplifying and boosting other candles. They're really good for, spirit offerings as well. Birthday candles. Birthday candles can be used for your rituals. Great for fast burning spells and setting multiple small intentions. They can be used with crystals to amplify a crystal grid or amplify a bigger candle. Votive candles. Those are for a steady burn with medium length rituals. I call them the emergency candles. They're like the 4-inch, I want to say 4 to 5-inch white. They're kind of like a taper candle. They're round. They're they're kind of good size. I wouldn't say fat candles, but they're about like the size of a normal taper candle, width-wise. But like I said, they're about 4 to 5 inches, and those actually last 4 to 6 hours. So those are actually good for, I feel like, medium to kind of, longer, more in-depth spells, very much like your taper candles are for the longer focused spells with more in-depth work. Pillar candles. They are ideal for sustained energy work over multiple days or for drawing in powerful energies, or in some cases, releasing out any energies that are not aligned with you anymore. Just want to remind you that you can use one type of candle for all 5 days, or you can mix and match, whatever your preference is, and based on what you feel called to use. White candles are always a universal substitute if you don't have the color that is mentioned for each day. Again, I will stress, use what you have. Use what you have. Don't feel like you have to run out and, buy, mix and match all these candles unless you intend on using them in a ritual. Okay, your journaling tools. So pen, paper, or a journal, using your tablet, using a computer, using your cell phone to make notes. It is essential in this challenge to capture your reflections, your downloads, your magical insights, and any messages you may receive throughout the 5-day challenge. Okay, ingredients, old magic ingredients for dressing your candles. These are simply just that these are literally just a short snippet of what you could use to incorporate into your candles. Okay. Types of oils you could use. You could use olive oil. You could use, I'm not a huge fan of coconut oil, but you can use it. Let's see, olive oil, it came to me earlier. I would not use vegetable oil. No, it's definitely a no. Like, that's just a no. Olive oil is an ancient oil used for protection and purification. You could use frankincense or myrrh essential oil. Those are both used for spiritual elevation and connection to the divine. Cedarwood essential oil is good for grounding and protective. Patchouli essential oil is earthy, attracting abundance and manifestation. Rose essential oil would be really good for your, for like, a self-love spell, or, attracting more beauty into your life. There's just so many, different types of oils that you can use. I strongly suggest that if you are pulled to use a particular type of oil, whether that's um, a carrier oil, which is considered olive oil, coconut oil, and other types of oils. Even vitamin E oil could be used on your candles. But I strongly suggest that you do your research and understand the properties of each oil that you are pulled to, as you know, your intentions are everything for your candles, but it also can kind of, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? It can kind of cause a kind of a confliction. I was like, what is the word? If you're using cedar wood for grounding and protective, but your intentions are actually something completely opposite, that, you know, it doesn't require, you know, grounding and protective, even though I do feel like we could always use some grounding and protection within our rituals, but you kind of get the point. Like, you know, lavender is calming, cinnamon is, you know, it's fiery. So if you don't want a fiery type of energy, you're not going to use a fiery type of essential oil in your, you know, in with your candle when you're dressing it. Okay, so herbs and flowers that you could use. This is just an example. Cinnamon enhances fire magic and it boosts courage. Coffee grounds actually are amplifiers. Coffee grounds are abundant. They can actually help make your ritual, like your spell work, go faster. It can actually boost the spirits. Some spirits, like this little guy, yeah, oh my God, I just love him. They really enjoy natural tobacco or organic tobacco, so you can always incorporate that into your rituals. Um, okay, rosemary purifies and protects. Lemongrass is another good one for purifying and protection. Copal, purify and protect. I'm gonna bust out my herbs when we move on to dressing the candle, so you guys can really see, you know, the difference of, you know, like what type of herbs, you know, are to be used with different things. Okay, so lavender can bring peace, healing, and insight, but it can also be used on the opposite end of the spectrum, you know, on the opposite side of, you know, bringing in peace, healing, and insight. It can actually be used, you know, in your baneful workings, your banishments, whatever you want. Like, everything can be used um, in a different, you know, on the opposite end of what it's usually used for. Rose petals attracts love, harmony, and beauty. Dandelion, a symbol of resilience and transformation. Additional tools that you may need: a small knife, a carving tool, a pen, even a toothpick, safety pin, you know, something that you can use to inscribe your symbols into your candles. I like to inscribe, you know, like the different elements and runes into the candles. But if you know how to create your own sigils are really good for really, really amplifying your spell work. Lighter matches, obviously, to light your candles. Um, Unless, you know, you're really good with um, energy, and you can you can manipulate the energy to, you know, to work from a flame that is already going to light the candle. Yes, that really can happen. That is energy manipulation. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. Okay, so crystals. Consider using amethyst. This is a type of amethyst. I'll also show you my amethyst wand. This is amethyst with some quartz in it. Black obsidian. Oh, there's my buddy. Black obsidian is great for grounding, protection, shielding. A quartz, such as a clear quartz, honestly, I feel like smoky quartz is another protection one. Um, I think it really depends on what type of ritual that you're doing. If you want to use crystals, again, look up their properties. If you're getting pulled to a particular crystal, look up the properties that are associated with it. So, again, there's not conflicting energies going on with your ritual. You obviously don't want to use amethyst, in something that would be completely opposite of, like, for example, I like to combine black obsidian and golden healers together. They don't seem to pair well with the golden healers. They don't pair well with jasper. They actually feel like they will reject that type of crystal, and I don't really know why. I don't really understand. I mean, I know that there's, different properties and, like different frequencies, but they just are like, no, no, we want the black obsidian, and they're very picky about even what type of rose quartz they will work with. So just kind of a heads up on that. Salt, use salt to create a circle of protection or to cleanse your space. I actually like to do this where I will have, my dish or plate or bowl. I'll put my salt in, and then I will put all of the herbs that I'm going to use. I'll put that in there, and then I will put the candle, whether it's a tea light, votive, whatever candle it is, and then I will put my candle, on top of the salt, or just kind of immerse it in there just a little bit. And that just kind of helps keep my candle safe and protected. But I only do that for, like, my stronger rituals, if it's a cleansing ritual for a client or myself, or, like some kind of abundance ritual where I know I want to keep the energy clean and safe. That's usually when I feel like, okay, I need to create a protection, a circle of protection around it. It is not mandatory, though. It is all about your preference and your belief system. Oh, that was a lot. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I just realized this has been like almost an hour already, so I do apologize that it's extended so long, but there is so much information. And like I said, I was trying to keep these videos short, but they're, unfortunately, with these technical difficulties, that is not working. Okay, so let's dress some candles. All right, so I am I'm gonna grab a couple things. Sorry about that. Forgot I had muted that. And I needed for a moment. Wi-Fi decided to glitch on my phone, but it is what it is. It's all good. Okay. all good in the hood, as someone says. I have such silly, silly spirits. I love them. Okay. When I explained that I am a guide to, like, a multi-dimensional guide to many, I mean that, because I'm not just teaching and guiding and mentoring and even coaching at times, not just other humans. I'm actually helping other aspects of my soul. So other parts of me that reside in different places, different dimensions, other planets, um, as well as my inner child, etc. Um, but I am constantly teaching and guiding and training and learning as I go. And so it's very funny because as I'm teaching this to all of you, I'm actually teaching to quite a variety of other spirits and beings that are listening in. Okay, so remember how we talked about birthday candles? I know it just kind of sounds like so, so, oh, I don't know what's the word. Let me get a drink real quick. It may sound, kind of cheap to some people, but let's be honest. Let's get real. Um, this may be all that someone can afford right now. So I think if we just remove the judgment and that let's start with, it comes from within. So it does not matter what type of candle we're working with, what size of candle we're working with. It truly matters how we are, the intentions we are setting, how much energy we're putting into these rituals, and the love and support that we are, asking for. And, it's just, I really feel like there are so many practitioners out there that can be a little on the judgmental side about, working with, working with what you have access to, because, like I said, not everyone can afford, these really beautiful, expensive spell candles. Not everyone can afford to make their own candles. Um, it's just, and we understand that as a business owner. I understand that, and I respect that, and I'd rather, give you the tools and information so that you have a choice to, purchase a beautiful intuitive spell candle, from myself, or you can, create your own spell candle, after you learn, from this 5 days of the candle magic challenge. You may have the tools that you need to, start creating your own spirit offering candles, your own ritual candles. And I think that's fantastic because I want to give you the tools to empower yourself, to help you remember your power, your strength, your abilities. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this one out real quick. I don't think you're going to be able to see the herbs very well. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, so these I actually dressed with olive oil. I dressed them with olive oil and I used basil. So, I'm trying to remember how long these actually lasted. You know what? I really thought that they would only last for about a minute. I thought, oh, like, because these were used as, I used them as healing candles. So bringing in support and healing through the heart chakra um, from universal source energies, using, incorporating my energy work with it, my dragon Reiki, my Reiki magic, just infusing that love and support into these candles. And ironically, I want to say they lasted for at least maybe a good 3 minutes, depending on each person. But I was really surprised how, like I said, I expected them to go, like to melt down like within like a minute. Um, but they did last a little bit longer than I anticipated, which was really cool. Um, but again, if you don't have oils that you want to work with. Again, your saliva um, for your own rituals can be very beneficial because it is your DNA that is going into the candle, and it can help amplify those intentions, especially if it's a healing candle, especially if it's for self love. It really can make a difference. So that's why I wanted to stress to you guys that you can easily use birthday candles. They don't take a lot. It is so easy to do. So I'm just going to use the birthday candle for an example. Um, First thing you want to remember, and I have to stress this, is ask yourself, okay, am I grounded? Am I centered? Am I prepared to start dressing the candle? Did you go over your steps? Did have you cleansed your space? Did you ground, anchor, and center? Do you feel like this is coming from your heart, or do you feel like you're all up in your mind? Because mental magic still comes through the heart. You may see it and visualize it through your mind, but you should still be working through your heart space. Um, okay, sorry. Try to get this little bad boy situated. Okay, so bringing, you're calling something in. So you're bringing the energy in, you're bringing the magic into you. So when you have the oil, dab a little bit on your finger, you're going to bring the energy down. So you're going to take the oil, and you're going to just rub it on the candle, and you're just going to go downwards. Now, if you are wanting to release something out, if you are wanting to banish something out, say like you have exhaustion all the time, you have fatigue all the time, you want to, banish that out. Fatigue or restlessness or anxiety, that's a big one. Any emotions linked with, negative emotions that are linked with, the anxiety that is causing you this distress. We want to release that out. So, when we go to dress the candle with our oil, we're actually going to start from the bottom and work our way up because we are releasing out. We are pushing the energy out. We are expelling it outwards. We are not bringing it in. We don't want to bring that back into us. We want to expel it outwards. It is important because the universe picks up on that. The spirits that you work with, they see how you're dressing it. They can see the energy of, what we cannot see with our physical eyes. So you have your oils however you want them. In this case, like I said, I used a little bit of basil. Let's just type in real quick because I can't remember. What is basil used for? Basil properties. It is that simple. That's all you really got to look up. Let's see. I take that back. Though you might want to just basil properties and magic. That's probably what you should try Googling. Let's just see so I don't have to go to someone's website. Okay, so what are the spiritual benefits of basil? Tulsi, also known as holy basil, is considered the most sacred plant in Hinduism. Oh, I love it. It is believed to attract positive energy, bring blessings, and foster a closer connection to God. Um, you don't really have to say God. You could say God, goddesses, goddess, whatever it is you believe in. Universe, higher self, you know. In Hindu traditions, Tulsi plays a vital role in special ceremonies, including marriages to the deity Vishnu. Very interesting. Okay, let's just click on this. Okay, discover why having Tulsi at home is great. I'm gonna see if there's anything else. Oh, excuse me. So basil leaves are actually packed with essential minerals and vitamins that contribute to your overall well-being. This can actually help you with, bringing that in. Mood boosters, immune support, air purifier, respiratory aid, insect repellent, a beauty aid, heart health, luck, prosperity, dental health. That would be more like basil essential oils for some of that. So you kind of get the point. So we're going to go ahead and put that one back because I'm not lighting these up tonight, but they are going on the grid. Sorry, my nose is acting up. My sinuses, I should say. Okay. Oh, I apologize. It has been a night. Okay. So let me see if I can get this on here without... Oh my gosh. Probably need to close. There we go. Okay. This is my box of some of my smaller herbs, and then I have another box full of bigger bags of herbs and just different things that I connect with. Give me a sec. I also want to show you, I have red sandalwood around here somewhere. I think I put it back. I have a big bag of roses. Rose petals I use a lot of. Okay, so lavender, snow chrysanthemum, jasmine, forget-me-nots. Oh, there's my red sandalwood. Ooh, I love me some copal. These are really good to burn on your incense, on your charcoal discs. Rosemary. Hold on, my newer ones are like, pick me, pick me. Colorful chrysanthemum. These are really good for working with solar deities. Kalund. I can never pronounce this one. Let's see, some more rosebuds, some more roses, more lavender. Your new baby. So, oh, peach blossom. That's a really good one. Lotus seeds. They have their own particular purpose. I like to use them when I'm working with like Hindu deities, Hindu gods. Roselle. Hold on. I just had a piece of hair. Whew. That's why I keep my hair up. It is so long. So Roselle, I actually use this in a lot of my root working. Yes, I do that. I do that a lot for myself. I actually will work with an aspect of myself that studied hoodoo when she had her human life. I just think it's really important for me to connect and embrace, you know, my ancestors and my own heritage as well as my own soul magic. Okay, lemongrass. That was another one that I talked about being protective and purifying. Okay, frankincense and myrrh. Again, resin pieces that are good for the triple disc. Gomphrea. I'm going to pull that one out real quick. Ooh, and mint. Mint. I love mint. I got to get some more. Okay, Gomphrea. That's actually a great anti-inflammatory. So if you're actually wanting to work with healing, so Gomphrea is really good for anti-inflammatory. You could use that with a healing candle. Mint. Mint is really good for prosperity, wealth, rituals, luck, even love. Medusa loves mint. The goddess Medusa, she loves it. Okay, yarrow. This is one of my newer herbs. You can use yarrow in love spells and rituals. Carry it with you to repel negative energy. Add to dream pillows to enhance your dreams. I'll show you. It smells good too. And I was guided to actually get all of these new herbs. Licorice root. Fidelity, love, loyalty, lust, passion, quitting bad habits. And let me tell you, that licorice work, that licorice work, that licorice root really, really, really has helped some of my clients kick some bad habits and just, kick the energy out of the way. Like it's really made a difference. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, chicory root. Okay, chicory root. This is really good for, and I've witnessed this firsthand. Let me tell you, this stuff is very potent. I have to be very careful with it, as well as another one, and you'll understand why when I show it to you. Okay, so chicory root. Clarity, favors, intuition, protection, psychic abilities, and removing obstacles. This is a really good one to work with Hindu gods and deities that and different types of gods, goddesses, and deities that work with removing obstacles that can help you with boosting your intuition. But I'm telling you, they will remove those veils. They will remove those blockages. Very much like Kali Ma will come in and just like move it out. She does not mess around. She's a she's a heavy hitter. Hiccubus flowers. Oh, I just like it. This is definitely a goddess Persephone herb or flower, I mean. Okay, so Hiccubus flower is good for attraction, beauty, divination, love, passion, protection, psychic abilities, and sensuality. Another one that she really likes to work with is wormwood. There is another name for it, and I'm blanking on it, so you're going to have to, look that one up. And I'm referring to Goddess Persephone on that one. When I'm done sharing these new herbs with you, I will actually tell you. I got them off Etsy, but she has a website that I can actually tell you guys about. So give me a sec. Where are you? There's a particular one that needs to come out. Oh, blessed thistle. That's one of them. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's start with blessed thistle. This is a really sweet one. This one is just kind of like, even though it's really funny because when I tell you what the intentions for this type of product is, you're gonna be like, how do you call it sweet? To be honest, it has a very, very strong divine feminine energy with it. So, blessed thistle is actually used for hex breaking, protection, purification, strength, and vitality. So, I actually like to pair this one with the other one that I'm about to list, but bear with me. Um, Again, this is where some people are like completely thrown off because I will actually pair the blessed thistle, the next one that I haven't named yet, and a little bit of lavender to bring some peace and some calm into the mix. So, but I want you to kind of look at this one for a second. And, like you can have your own opinion, but when I see it, when I see like the actual thistle, I just feel like it has such a beautiful, very strong, independent, divine, feminine energy. But everyone may see it differently. Okay, so like I said, a really good one. Actually, let me tell you what this one is, and then I'll kind of give you the rundown. Okay. I don't know. I really didn't know why Kali Ma actually, she really pushed for this, and I have been looking for this for some time. And this is actually not a particular herb that I have used in this lifetime, but I have used it in different lifetimes. Um, and it works. I mean, it is very, very strong. I actually suggest if you are going to use this, use it very sparingly. Like literally, maybe a pinch goes a very long way. It is very fiery. Um, and it will burn. I'm not kidding. It will like, it won't burn your skin, but it will like, if you are not careful, it can actually burn your throat. Um, that's how strong it is. So this one is actually called Devil's Claw. This is for banishing, healing, protection, strength, transformation. So I've recently had to do a combination of the blessed thistle, the devil's claw, a little bit of the hiccubus, and I have some scorpion oil that I mixed together in a candle. And I'm telling you, I had to leave the room. Oh, and some kalima oil. I had to physically leave my office because my throat was actually burning, and I could see energetic, like it was just like energetic, not really flames, but it was like energetically hot in my office, purifying and banishing things that needed to be cleared out for for myself and for some of the spirits on my team, as well as my divine counterpart. I'm telling you, that devil's claw, it really, really mixed with the blessed thistle, it really does. Like, it packs a huge punch, and I don't use it unless I absolutely have to. See if there's anything else. I got licorice root. Okay. I don't think I missed anyone. I'm just double checking because there is one in here. I gotta find it. The orange lily. I call it the orange lily. It is just lily, but it has like an orange color. You could use this one for your fall rituals. I'm actually going to be using this in my Mabon ritual that is coming up this Saturday. I'll give you information about how to join as well in the description, and I'll talk about that at the end. But orange lily is good for sacral chakra magic. There are particular deities that like to use lily. They actually will request lily to be used. Let's see what else we've got over here. Someone is saying daisies. Daisies are really good for purification and source love, source energy. And I'm just going to have to set that down here and just hope my herbs don't get all fussy. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I almost forgot. It was like, what is on my candle? I forgot I pulled lavender from my lavender bush back here. Okay, so dressing the candle. So, ironically, I already know that, ironically, why did I say ironically? So what I was trying to say was, I already know that day one is going to be about the fire dragon. So I am actually going to be incorporating, um, dragon's blood, which that is my fire, and ooh, I bumped my amethyst skull here. They have requested a little bit of their coffee grounds, and some of them have actually requested a little bit of lavender with their tea light. So, like I said, this may sound conflicting because lavender is calming, right? Lavender would be more of a, that would pair more with amethyst, water cleansing. But there are times where, like I have ground cloves. There are times that they will request, some cinnamon with their on their tea light. Ground cloves are another fire, but they requested the dragon's blood, which is, it is a very fiery amber type of energy. And the coffee flavor is a Hawaiian chocolate flavor. They are requesting that tonight, but they are just kind of showing that I am to pair this tea light candle. It will be in this jar. By the way, the type of jar that you use, it doesn't have to match each day. This is more significant. It's a connection to myself. And ironically, I feel like my third eye and crown kind of need some dragon, like some support. So, you know, breath of the dragon, like some dragon flames need to be purified. But they are asking that I pair it with my carnelian, and this has a lot of dragon fire in it. She's such a beaut. My inner child actually took this one over. Like, she claimed it as soon as she's seen it. She's like, that's mine. That's all mine, and that is so me. Like, I can't argue with her. So I will be actually pairing that with the carnelian. And so this one can actually be used. This is Kambaba Jasper. So this can actually be used in multiple ways. Again, utilizing what we have. Let's see, where is my pine cones? Pine cones are masculine. They can be used in fire as well. And I think my pine cones are, okay, so it's behind me. Okay, so you could even pair it with a pine cone. Kambaba Jasper, there's a divine masculine energy connected with this. He is actually an elder dragon from Draco, and he is requesting to be connected with that particular tea light, which is going to cleanse a few things that I'm setting the intention for. So, leave that up. He says yes. So even though this Kambaba Jasper is a grounding earthy color, I can actually use it for the dragon, the fiery dragon, because you know, my elder draconian elder dragon has claimed that one, and I can feel his fire. And so it really is about mix and matching. It really is about, you know, utilizing what you have. I have, you know, I have the actual flame energy. I have the fire energy. Next to it, I have a red jasper root chakra crystal that is going to be infused, that's going to be set next to the candle. So again, more fire. So using the crystals that I have and setting the intentions to work with the candles. So let's go ahead and dress our candles. I'm not going to light it yet because I want to do that when I start day one. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple drops. Maybe. Yeah, a little bit goes kind of a long way with this stuff, so. Okay. Okay, so you know how we talked about, you know, bringing the energy in or bringing the energy out? That's a little more challenging with a tea light, but it can be done. Okay, bear with me. We see that we have the candle wick. Okay, so we could actually still take that oil, put it on our hands, and use that, you know, bring the energy down the wick, or we could pull it up. In this case, I actually dropped it down. I knew that I wanted to give an energy. I wanted to give an offering. In this case, you know, this energy is going to be gifted in. It's not going to be gifted out. So I do find it interesting how they intentionally chose a tea light to make me really work for that and share that with you guys, because I wasn't even thinking about that. So for fire hazard, I want to remind all of you that doesn't matter what kind of candle you have. If you have herbs, flowers, ingredients on top, you need to be careful with that because they will catch on fire. That's why I always stress, you know, fire safe type of, you know, holders, you know, candle holders. There are some fiery spirits that will unfortunately get a little too feisty and may accidentally blow up the glass votive that you have your candle in, or that can actually come from your own energy if you get a little too fiery or too combustible. If you've been not expressing, but If you feel that you've been kind of suppressing your emotions for too long, that can actually come out through your magic. Okay, so sorry about that. We almost lost connection. So same with the lavender, just kind of broke that up a little bit. And if you want, you can break it up in tiny pieces. You can grind it up, whatever works for you. But since I am obviously going to be putting this inside a safe container, I'm not too concerned about having to break that up anymore. So now we have dressed our candle. We're going to um, place our intentions into the candle, but I'm going to pause because the intentions that we want to put into this tea light are actually going to be a part of day one um, of the Illuminating Your Path, the 5 day, almost said 7 day, the 5 day candle magic challenge. So we're going to set that candle aside for a moment, just going to let the energy get charged up with it, and I'm going to end this live, and then we are going to go on to day one, working with the fire dragons and some other beautiful ancient magic, earth magic. Sorry, not, well, I guess it would be earth magic, nature, all of it. All right, so join me in the next one.